So we have Joy Reid. She used to be on television. Now she's in her pantry. I guess now this looks like the kitchen, actually, but that's okay. Here we go.
Nick Fuentes has
Uh-oh.
given some of the most interesting commentary on this. And by the way, I'm just going to sidebar here. Watching some of like Nick Fuentes's black stands, his black conservative stands gush over him on YouTube is actually gross. Y'all, snap out of it. Stop riding his jock. It's really gross.
She mad?
You know who you are. You know, just, oh my God, oh my God. I can look aside some of the things he says, but who cares? I'm more concerned about people who are lying to my face and pretending they like me than, Nick Fuentes speaking facts. Okay, well, you know what? Y'all get off his jock. I don't know if you're...
What a lot of Karens like her can't understand is that men value authenticity and directness. Even if the directness is in contradiction to what they believe or in some way adversarial to them, they respect it in a way that they will never respect this talking around things, like weird politically correct language. So the reason why a person like Nick gets respect, even from groups of people that he has negative things to say about, is that he's being honest with them and they don't feel like they're being patronized, misled, or lied to. That's the real reason. You say it with earnestness. Yes, exactly.
Trying to get clicks by being his fans, but he don't need black stands, okay? I'm sure he doesn't want them either, okay? But he's one of those broken clocks that is right sometimes, right? Every broken clock is right once or twice a day. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
So Joy Reid is making a video positive about Nick Fuentes? Wow.
Found her way to the right side on Gaza,
Wow.
et cetera, et cetera.
Wow.
It can happen. Tucker Carlson did. So the right, they ain't always wrong, right? Sometimes they get some things right. And in Nick Fuentes'
What a
case,
timeline.
he's sort of a smarter, younger Tucker Carlson. He has similar views, but he's sharper. He's like 25 years old. He's,
Okay.
A white supremacist. I don't think that he would disagree with me saying he is. I think that's what he considers himself, right? The Groyper guy. But he's caught on to a couple of things that I think are actually true. And it's game he's recognizing the game Republicans have been playing specifically with young white men. Because that's who he speaks for. He speaks for young white men. And their anger about a lot of things, but
game recognized game. She realizes this because that's the same thing that she did with disaffected minority women on TV. But the problem is that there weren't enough of them for her show to be maintained, and that's why you got fired. Yeah, she does the same thing.
Specifically about immigration. Take a listen to a little bit of what his commentary was on the 600,000 visas.
600,000 international students from China. 600,000 students from China. Are you tired of winning yet? Got what you voted for?
The reason y'all are so mad at me.
He's right. We shouldn't be accepting 600,000 students from China. I think that we should view exchange programs and things like that as the same as Trump views trade. If they want to bring all of their people over here, we should have our people going over there too. That's the reason. Why not? Because those spots and those resources should be reserved for Americans. And I want to see American universities and I want to see American opportunities be reserved for Americans primarily. And I don't care whether the Chinese people put in more money. I don't care how much they're paying for tuition. What I do care about is the fact that these universities exist in America. They are benefiting from the American economy. They receive money from the federal and state government. And I think because of that, they need to operate in the best interest of America. And I would never criticize another country for having the exact same perspective. If China said, we don't want Americans coming over here and studying because we want to make sure that we have our resources that are allocated for our people, I would say I totally respect that and I understand it. For some reason, people in America are buck-broken, basically, and convinced that they have to give away all of their resources to the rest of the world. and that everybody in the world has a right to the American economy, everybody in the world has a right to American citizenship, and everybody in the world has a right to American lifestyles, which is just simply not true. I don't have a problem with Chinese people coming over here. That's fine. It's whatever. But to just categorically say that you're going to have a huge amount of them that are going to come over from these universities and be in these universities. Meanwhile, you have people here who can't afford a university. You have people here who can't get into university. What world are we living in that we are allowing these universities that, again, benefit from public funding? These universities exist because the United States is such a powerful institution. And now they're giving away their resources and their value to foreign people. That's really the issue. That's what I have a problem with. Universities or businesses first? Yeah, well, either way, I mean, they're still getting money. Resources is complex here because international tuition is subsidizing American tuition. You know who else subsidizes American tuition? The American government. Whenever they give places like Harvard billions of dollars, we're subsidizing it.
And Wajahat Ali is we're trying to tell you they want you
and also here's another good way to look at it. There are universities that probably have very low rates of international exchange students, and those universities function just fine. The idea that you need this infinite amount of international exchange students so you can charge them a massive amount of money and then make sure that you have the, your business model based around that, it's just bullshit. It's a bullshit lie. So if that was true, then no university without a huge amount of them could exist. But it's very obvious that that's not true. They're lying. They're lying as usual. And again, you don't need a study for this. You don't need a fucking experiment for this. All you need is your fucking brain. Just think about this for a second. Use your common sense. Think for yourself, and you'll come to the exact same conclusion that I am. Define the right amount? I don't know. Not 600,000. I'll start there. It's also that international students are disadvantaged 20 plus points versus other people in scholarship and internship job consideration because diversity quotas are still very real. Well, I don't know about that. I have no idea.
To be dumber. And they want you to be angry. Nick Fuentes ain't wrong that white American men are radicalized by immigration.
I'm going to be honest. This is a W for Joy Reid. She's completely right about this. Yes, true.
And note that Donald Trump.
And I think also black men have been radicalized by it too. Like this is not a unique thing to white people. And I think here's the reason why is that minority communities in general have a lower income disparity between white families, right? So on average, black families make way less money than white families in America. This is just a verifiable fact. And they're usually going after the jobs that illegal immigrants are going to more often edge them out of. So absolutely, that's true. That's just oversimplified. Everything's oversimplified. We're talking about generalities. Not that, yeah, it's a generality. Like we're making it's not that, obviously.
Even shifted on that. Suddenly.
It's not Indians or Chinese. They have higher income. I didn't say the Indians or Chinese. I specifically said black. Do you know why? It's because I know that. You're bringing up an irrelevant point that adds nothing to the conversation. As a black person, it's disgusting to see an immigrant get hundreds of dollars of food stamps when my family couldn't even get $100. Yeah, it's bullshit, man. Absolute bullshit. 100% bullshit. Especially whenever your family, a lot of black people are here in America. Let's just talk brass tacks here. They're here in America because their family used to be fucking slaves. The least that we can do is at least not import a bunch of people to edge them out of the jobs that they're trying to get. It's ridiculous. I think that to a degree, and this might sound unfair, I think that there is a heritage obligation that we have to not just them, but anybody who's been an American for hundreds of years. It's been a family in America for hundreds of years for us to look out for their best interests. That's the way I see it. That's where I'm at.
Is masked, armed police. They're supposed to be about crime, not immigration. Have you noticed that shift?
Well, the crime is the immigration because it's illegal immigration. Yeah, so like basically so yeah. Yeah, but I mean like yeah.
It was about rounding up all the illegals. Now it's about crime. And it's about occupying American cities in red states too.
Thank God. Thank God. Are you telling me that we are going to arrest all of the crackheads and the problem makers? Thank God.
It's about making sure that there are armed police and armed military on the streets when the election happens, just in case.
Oh, because they're going to arrest anybody who votes against Donald Trump for his third term. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. What is wrong with you? This is why you got canceled. This is the reason. You got canceled because you say this stupid shit. What is this? Actually, black people came over the after the 1860s were part of the Great Migration. They weren't actually slaves. Fun fact. I think that black people, up until very recently, have existed in America at a massive disadvantage. They were nerfed tremendously. You had lower access to education, and you have the residual effects of this that are experienced now. Like, nah, well, no, it's just true. Like, this isn't a debate. If you think that there wasn't historical racism in like the 60s and it doesn't have a ripple effect to now, you're just a moron. That doesn't mean that we have to go and give black people all of our money. I never said that. But you can recognize that there have been historical injustices that have happened. Like, sure. I don't know what's the problem with this. Yeah, ignorant chat. Yeah, I don't understand a lot of this at all. Some people are just, I think that, well, you changed. I never did. The thing is that I've been consistent with this issue, and I've been consistent with everything, really, for the whole time. I'm one of the only people that hasn't changed. That's really it. Yeah, I've been the same the whole time. No logical person disagrees with that take. Yeah, exactly. Ignoring the massive DEI programs that screwed it in the other direction for the last couple of decades. I think that you're right, and I think that DEI is a bad solution for a legitimate problem. I think the idea of reparations should be that you give these people every opportunity that was awarded or afforded to anybody else in the country. That's reparations, is you get to live in the greatest country, or, you know, like if you like Germany a lot, you live in Germany, one of the greatest countries in the world. You get to live in one of the greatest countries in the world. You have tremendous opportunity, more opportunity than almost anybody else in the entire universe, or world at least, maybe not universe. And that's really where the value is. And people ask you to pay your taxes, to take your house, your job of life. Yeah, definitely. But anyway, that's where I'm at. That's what I think. And so, yeah, should Germany pay Jewish reparations? I don't care. I think that's not my problem. I'm not a German citizen. That's a problem on the other side of the world. They did. Yeah, I mean, I think, okay, let me give you a good example, an American example. Should America have paid Japanese citizens reparations for putting them in internment camps in World War II? Do I think that was the right decision for America to do, to give them reparations? Abso-fucking-lutely it was. I think the problem is that whenever you're asking for reparations and you're like 3 generations down the line and the thing didn't actually happen to you, that's whenever things get complicated. Anyway, we're going off on a tangent. Let's go ahead and move on.
In case y'all are not still red-pilled enough to vote for Republicans. Do you not see what he's doing? You know, Nick Fuentes is telling y'all the facts. Yeah, y'all are getting played because the influencers who are getting paid to tell you to keep voting Republican, they're being paid to get you to vote Republican, not to help you, to make you richer or wealthier or better off in America. They don't care about you either. They don't care about you any more than they care about the blacks or the browns or the Asians. They don't care about none of y'all.
Yeah.
They don't care about any of us. What they care about is their profits, their endless profits. And
why do we listen to foreigners on U.S. problems? Yeah, no, you're right.
Happen is the rich billionaires who came in, many of them on student visas, hello Elon Musk, are going to keep getting the H-1B visas they want, y'all. They're going to keep getting all the immigrant labor they want, and
Yeah, it's a huge problem. She's right.
all of the foreign students are going to keep getting those spots at Harvard, Yale, and all the colleges and elite universities because they need the money. And right now, Donald
They don't need the money. If they needed the money, then universities would not be functionally viable. Like every university doesn't have a massive percentage of international students. So the logic with this is the same logic with tipping in restaurants. So why is it that some universities don't have these mass amounts of immigration and, international students, but some of them do, but we're supposed to believe that they need this in order to survive? Well, why is it that restaurants all over the world don't use tipping, but American restaurants somehow have convinced the public that they need tipping in order to survive? It's because they're lying. They're lying, and this is a false problem that they've created in order to effectively guilt people into allowing them to give their resources to foreigners over Americans. It's just a lie.
Trump has so ruined America's reputation
It's an obvious
that
lie.
foreign countries don't even want their kids coming to our colleges. They're too afraid they're going to get rousted on the street. So we're actually going to lose economically, lose college attendees. The tariffs are going to kill us. Like, we're literally being destroyed. And what is Donald Trump getting for that? He's getting to be one of the billionaires.
He was a billionaire before this.
Set, match. He played y'all, and he's reaping the financial benefits while all of you are out there screaming, he lied to me. Yeah, he did. He played you.
I think that what's funny is that like Joy Reid every once in a while will have like a really good opinion on things, but then it will be followed by something that's like just really, really stupid. And I think that we saw a lot of this. Like this video was a roller coaster. Like this was what a roller coaster this was. Oh my God. Like I forgot the last time I seen something that was this fucking back and forth. And so anyway, she thinks stupid. I mean, in general, I don't agree with her on like 90% of things, right? But 10% is worth keeping in mind. And so anyway, no, I get it, man. Yeah, I definitely do. She's racist. Oh, she's totally racist. She is. 100%. She's talking like open borders isn't being pushed by a ton of Democrats. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like it's crazy what people are saying about this, but for some reason, a lot of people don't get it, bro. They don't get it. They never get it. And she framed it as a white person problem when it's an American problem. I know that. Well, that's what she does, and that's the reason why she's lost prominence and people don't care about her anymore. It's because that she frames every issue through the lens of black and white. That's the main problem that happens, and I think that really people are just kind of fatigued. They're tired. They're bored of hearing about how every issue is, like a white and black issue with everything. It's just exhausting to deal with and to hear about it. So, yeah.